recevons dans le cadre d'un partenariat avec Par-Istanbul et la Conférence Olivaint, Monsieur Gürcan TURKOGLU, l'ambassadeur de Turquie auprès de l'UNESco. So, Your Excellency, thank you for being here with us tonight. So I have a few questions for you. The first, you know that French population is one of the toughest opponents to Turkey joining the EU. So what would you tell the most reluctant to convince them that Turkey can join the EU?
First of all, I should repeat that I am a Turkish ambassador auprès de l'UNESco, so I'm not Turkish ambassador to France. But of course, what I can tell is Turkey's membership to European Union is not an imminent thing. We know that these negotiations will take time. It can be slow. It can take time. So we are a bit surprised that this is this is presented like an imminent issue in France, which is not the case, because after the negotiation process, there will be another decision by all the countries, members of European Union, also by Turkey, and the final decision will be taken by the peoples of Europe. So we don't see it as an issue of today, because today this is the time for technical negotiations which are going on technical basis. These negotiations began upon a consensus among the European countries. There has been a lot of debate on this. There are European statesmen, intellectuals, businessmen, politicians who think that this process should end with a positive result. There are others who have hesitations. Of course, we respect all the views.
On a more cultural point of view, because you're at the UNESCO, you deal with different culture every day, and you know that Turkish culture is not seen as a European culture in Europe. So, what is your point of view on the matter?
Now, first of all, Turkey is a democracy. It's a secular republic, and Turkey is heavily affected by European culture for centuries. This is an intellectual debate. I mean, the cultural identity, people can make many different comments, but there are many different ideas. I remember maybe 30 years ago, some people were seeing Spain beyond Europe. I mean, people thought that Europe was ending in at Pyrenees mountains. So, but history proved different. So we'll see.
And now, before being in Paris, you used to be in Tehran. So I would like to have your position of how do you interpret Mahmoud Ahmadinejad's last declarations about nuclear power in Iran, and what role could Turkey play to help solving the crisis?
Of course, I'm away from Iran for 2 years. I left Tehran about 2 years ago. But since then, I see that this efforts to solve the nuclear issue on a by diplomatic methods is going on. Turkey, first of all, believes that this issue should be resolved through diplomacy. We think that Iran has responsibilities against the International Atomic Energy Agency, and Iran also legitimate right to have nuclear energy for peaceful purposes only. So on these parameters, we think diplomatic efforts should continue, and Turkey is trying to contribute actively to these efforts at the highest level.
Okay, and Turkey plays a major role actually in the Middle East with, for example, very close ties with Tel Aviv or Damas. And do you see that the 21st century will be the century of the comeback of Turkey as the major actor in the Middle East? And does Turkey want to play this role?
I wouldn't like to use this term as a comeback or to play a major role, but this is a responsibility for all the countries to contribute to peace and cooperation in whole world according to their capacities and possibilities. And Turkey, it's right that Turkey is now playing an active role on resolving of regional conflicts. But this is something traditional. I mean, the Republican diplomacy is based on first having a good relationship with neighbors, secondly to contribute to the settlement of the conflicts around us through diplomatic means. Now, of course, Turkey, as a candidate to European Union, has obtained a kind of soft power as a democracy, full democracy with a European background. Of course, we can move more consciously, more determined in diplomacy also. So we don't pretend to be a kind of major force or anything, but simply we think, as all the countries, we have the responsibility to the resolution of problems in the world, so that we can all live in peace and stability and obtain welfare.
Okay. Your Excellency, thank you very much for answering our question. Et donc voilà, c'était Gürcan TURKOGLU, représentant permanent auprès de l'UNESCO pour la Turquie sur Sciences Po TV. Et, à très bientôt.